the guineas. Yeah, I'll wait. Hi, I'm Steve Debuse, and I'm married to Karen, and we have 4 kids: Grace, Luke, John, and Ethan. We also have 10 chickens, 2 ducks, 1 duck, and 3 guineas. Right there is the guineas. So I don't know if there was ever a time in my life that I didn't know the Lord. I was raised Catholic. I went to Catholic school. I was an altar boy. I went to church every Sunday. And so I was raised knowing the Bible. I knew Jesus died on the cross for my sins. I knew God, so that wasn't, any mystery to me. But I think the relationship that I had to God was different than what I have now. God always seemed like he was distant, like he was far away from me, and I had to earn my way, or I could earn my way into heaven if I went to church every Sunday, said my prayers, and basically lived my life as a good person. The GBC ministry that played a big part in my salvation was men's basketball up at the barn. About 3 weeks after we had started coming to Grace, Derek Seitz had approached me in fellowship one day and said, "Hey, do you play basketball?" And I said, "Well, I kind of do." And he said, "Why don't you join us up at the barn? You could be on our team this season, and it'll be fun." And I showed up to basketball that week, and Joe was there, little Joe, and Pastor Sean, and Sean Murray, and Derek. And I quickly realized I was probably in over my head. They were all pretty good. They quickly realized that I probably wasn't that good. I think my height probably kind of fooled them to thinking that I was better than I really was. A week or 2 into it, Pastor Sean and Derek asked if I wanted to start doing a Bible study with them. And we met before basketball, and we started doing Romans Road. And we would just read through the Bible every week, and they'd be praying for me. And every week, we'd say, he's like, Pastor Sean would be like, "How do you feel this week? Anything click with you?" And I remember one week we were reading through Romans Road, and Pastor Sean looking up at me and saying, "Do you get what this is saying? Do you know what this means for your life?" And I said, "Yeah, I get it. And I really would love to pray with you guys right now. And I'd love to ask God to come into my life." That night, I realized that God's plan to win one for the kingdom was way bigger than us winning basketball games that season. I think I just wake up every morning and I just pray that God will put opportunity in my life to have me be able to reflect the love that God has for me to other people. And I just pray that I could be a good example of a godly man for my sons. And I work to coach girls basketball, and with the youth at church, and I just want to pass that on, that love that those guys had for me, and for the kingdom in that men's basketball. I just want to pass that on to other people and share that, because it was just so important in my life, and I just hope that God can use me in some way to further the kingdom and bless other people that way. This is a lot easier when you're behind the camera.